And we've got another school spotlight this week. We're heading to the UCAP School, and joining me today is Recruitment Director from the UCAP School. It's Deb Ferrera. Hey, Deb.
Hi everyone.
Hey,
Thanks
so
for
thanks so
having
much
us.
and thanks for being here as part of the school spotlight. And looks like phones are ringing off the hook over in the recruitment office at the UCAP School. Tell us more about the school for those who don't know about the UCAP School.
Okay, so the UCAP School has been around for 31 years. It was started by a gentleman named Robert DeBlois. He just had a vision to help kids that may be struggling in school. It's a very small school, so we have 140 students that we accept. You fill out an application, we check it out, make sure we can accommodate the students' needs, and then we accept them. We only take 7th and 8th graders. So with it being such a small school, we're able to do more one-on-one attention with the kids. They get more one-on-one help. Classroom size is probably about 14 students. We have 8 teachers. So they take their English, their math, their social studies, their science. Everyone in UCAP goes by their first name, even the teachers. So it's very laid back, kind of like a family because we're so small. Like everyone gets to know each other. We do have specials also. We have art. We have a beautiful new art studio. We have a beautiful science lab. We have basketball. Our gym is only a few years old. It's beautiful. We have a cooking class. So we do a lot of other stuff besides their core subjects. So, kids have to work hard, but we also have fun at UCAP.
And it's 7th and 8th grade, like you mentioned. So it's sort of bridging that gap between an elementary school type situation and a middle school type situation and a high school type situation. So
right.
It's a good transition school.
Right, because we try to get them ready for high school. And what is unique to UCAP is we have what's called an accelerated program. So if a student has stayed back, say you stayed back in 5th grade, you come to UCAP as a 7th grader, and then you would come back as an 8th grader. And then while you're in 8th grade, so your first and second quarter in 8th grade, if you get 90s and above in your classes, and then there's a little Ingenuity, which is a computer-based program. It's kind of like a test you would take to show us that you can do 9th grade work. Halfway through your 8th grade, you'll start working on 9th grade credit. So then when you go into high school, whatever subjects that you passed, you'll be able to do 10th grade work.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's very unique because kids that stayed back, a lot of kids come here because they're like, oh, I want to get back into the grade I should be in. I want to be with my friends, that I went to school with, in 4th grade, 5th grade. So they have that chance here. I mean, you have to work hard, but you do have that chance to do that here.
And it almost sounds like you build confidence at the UCAP School. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe some kids just didn't have that, or they got lost in the shuffle a little bit of some of the bigger classrooms. So with some of this more specific attention in education, it helps them.
Exactly. It does. We have 2 counselors. Like I said, we have an open door policy here, so a child could talk to anyone. If they need help with their homework, 4 days a week, we have homework club after school. Right now we're doing it virtually, but our school is open right now. We're doing hybrid. I mean, we've never closed.
Wow, I was going to ask you that.
Kids, yeah, so one day the 7th graders are in, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the 8th graders are in Tuesday, Thursday, and then the following week it switches. So whatever day they're not in school, they're doing virtual work from home. So for the parents that want to get their kids back into a school, this is a good option.
Definitely a great option. Deb Ferrera is the recruitment director from the UCAP School. Go on with what you were going to say.
So we also have a great, it's called Beyond You. It's our after school program. So of course this year it's been a little different because we can't do after school programs, but we're hoping next year that we get back to our after school program. So we do things like ice skating, we go to Sky Zone, We go sailing. We have cooking after school. We have movies. We do gaming. We have a coding class for kids that are into the computers. We have so many things that we do after school for the kids too. And also on weekends, once a month on a weekend, we do a field trip that is free to families and children, and everything at UCAP's free. It's a free school. So weekend trips include Science Museum in Boston, Boston Aquarium, Basketball Hall of Fame. We do so many great things. We actually were supposed to go to New York City for a day, but then COVID hit, so we couldn't go. So we're also looking into this summer. We're going to work with, it's called Steel Yard. They're going to teach the kids welding this summer, anyone that's interested in welding or pottery, ceramics. So we do stuff like that. And we also work with the 4-H club this summer. So we work with Save the Bay, so the kids can learn how to sail, a lot of kids like that. So we do a lot of after-school stuff. We do a lot of weekend trips. And then we also have some fun that they can participate in the summer. And like I said, everything is free.
You have so many boxes checked off, and it just sounds like such a well-rounded experience for kids at the UCAP school.
It is. It really is. Like I've been here 7 years, and I started here working for Rob, who was the founder of the school, who actually passed away a year ago. But I have never been at a middle school where we have so many alumni students come back just to say hello to everyone and like they used to come in and actually thank Rob, because they said if it wasn't for UCAP, they would have dropped out. And that was one of the big things with UCAP. It was Rob wanted to make sure when kids, because if you stay back, you're older. Mm-hmm. And then when kids get to high school, they're more apt to drop out because they're so much older than the other kids. So his thing was to try the accelerated program. And but we do follow Providence's calendar, but we're our own entity. So we don't have to follow their rules.
Right. No, it's a good way to look at it. And how can people find out more about the UCAP school? And just remind me where it's located.
So we're located at 75 Carpenter Street. You can actually, going down 95, if you can see us, we're like one street over from the police complex.
Yeah.
We're right next to Monroe Muffler. And it's, like I said, it's a beautiful school, brand new gym, art studio, brand new science lab. The school, it's a very nice school, And like I said, it's small. And a lot of kids do a lot better in a small environment than a school that has like 800-900 kids.
Yes, like we said, you get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, we have, and we do also offer other programs. So we have what's called the Gold Club. Mm-hmm. So during the year, if you get 85s and above in your classes and your attendance is good, I think you can miss like 2 days per month. You'll be on Gold Club. And what Gold Club is, we have a woman here, her name's Lady, and she takes the students that are on Gold Club once a month to Chinese buffet for lunch. And then at the end of the year, if you continue to stay on Gold Club, she takes you, the student, and their family can also go, and they go to Six Flags for the day.
I mean, talk about an incentive.
Yeah, so we do that. We have perfect attendance lunch. So if a student comes in every day, they never miss a day. They're late. They're never late. We do perfect attendance. They get Domino's pizza one day at lunch, and they get to use their cell phones during that period. So kids like that. Holidays, we're always having contests. Pie Day, we have pie eating contests. Yeah, we have a lot of fun here. We do.
It sounds like it.
It's kids love it.
And for parents who are watching now or students who are watching and they're thinking, this could really be a great fit, how can they apply?
So they can go to ucap.org. And then click on admissions, and we have an online application that they can fill right online. We have a Spanish version and an English version. Once they enter all the information, the application will come to me. I'll look it over. I'll get in touch with their other school, get all the necessary paperwork, and then we'll call them. I usually interview the student, and then we accept them to UCAP. So, or they can come to the school at 75 Carpenter Street, pick up a paper application, and fill it out. And also, a lot of the middle schools have our application paper form, because before COVID, I used to be able to go into the schools to do a presentation. This year, of course, no one's allowed into the school, so I'm trying to do it through Zoom or Google Meets, which is kind of hard, but we're doing it.
Yes, exactly. That's been the theme of the last year or so. We just got to do it and get through it. That's for sure.
I know. Find new and creative ways.
Yeah, I mean, just like this interview here, we would usually invite you to the studio and have you there, but we're not even in the studio right now. So that's why this is the next best thing. Deb Ferrera is the recruitment director from the UCAP School, and man, they have a lot to offer. And thank you so much for joining us for this month's School
Can I just
Spotlight.
say one more thing?
Yeah, please do.
We
This
also
is the
have
Spotlight.
sports, because I know a lot of boys and girls ask about the sports program here. We do have a boys basketball team, a girls basketball team. We have a wrestling team, and we have a chess team. So, they all compete with other Providence schools. And also, UCAP takes students from Providence, Central Falls, and Cranston.
Good to know, because I didn't know
Those
if
are
it
the
was
three
just
communities that we accept students from.
okay. So Providence, Cranston, and
Central
what was
Falls.
and
Central Falls.
Great.
Yep.
Deb, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And the School Spotlight is on the UCAP School for so many good reasons. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for everything. Take care.